Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh. I hope you can hear us. I've got energy problems going on today, so please bear with me. So, welcome to all those who are seen and unseen. Welcome to those individuals who have been supporting us throughout our entire development over the last few months. And hopefully benefiting from the changes that we're all going through, benefiting through the changes that we're all going into now. And I wanted to speak about today a really important message, and a really important message to do with um, the next 30 days. So when we first brought you these um, sessions, um, we indicated that there was an energetic shift going on. There's an energetic shift going on of significant proportions. And this energetic shift is what we are all now witnessing. And the mayhem and the madness that we are seeing out there is a reflection of the impact of this energetic shift. But now we have a moment in this energetic shift to make life easier, to make the whole process easier. And the process is going to last for about 28, 30 days. And what that means is, in this time, is to start to declutter, is to begin to disengage from all those things that bring about fear, all those things that allow you to generate anger, irritation, resentment, worry. Disengage. We need to shift our vibrations, our frequencies, by moving away from the very thing that's keeping us in our suffering. Now, what we are all going to be facing through our next few changes is that life is not really a struggle. It's our attitude to life that matters. If we see life as a gift, and we see the circumstances that we are provided as a way for us to learn, a way for us to evolve, a way for us to become healthier, whole, then these circumstances are in fact a gift. In other words, your suffering is a gift. Your pain, the distress that we go through allows us to overcome the circumstances in order for us to de-stress ourselves. So from distress to de-stress. So let us focus on those things that are deliberately making a concerted effort in order to ensure that we do not engage in any other fear stuff out there. We do not engage in the anger inducing stuff. So the fact that we are all being compelled, certainly in Britain, that we have to wear this mask, that in itself is causing irritation. That in itself is causing a level of distress, a level of anger. And we can focus on that and we can add to it. Or we can begin to take a step back and actually say, let us now work as best as we can, and things that you do not agree with, the time has come for us to make it known that we do not agree. And if you don't want to wear a mask because you have asthma or you have breathing problems or it makes you feel anxious, then you have every right to be exempt from it. So let us meet the circumstances head on. Let us not engage in fear, conflict, worry, or anger. Let us look at constructive ways of moving forward. Constructive ways that are grounded in harmony, grounded in a deliberate effort. That's all we need to do, a deliberate effort. Now, in this space, if we don't take this, if we don't heed this information, if we don't, if we begin to consume ourselves with all of that other negative stuff, fear, anger, worry, anxiety, that kind of stuff, then for sure, for sure, your experience of life is going to become far more painful, for sure. So it's really, really important for all of us to ensure that we reduce the pain on ourselves and we reduce the pain on others. Now, whether we like it or not, humanity and all that we are facing is taking us to a point. And the point is going to have to do with balance, and it is to do with us recognizing all our security, all our safety, all our notions of permanency, all our understanding of normality, our taking our life for granted, and then after that complaining about it incessantly. Well, we are now coming to understand two or three major truths about existence. The first one is you are not in control, as circumstances are showing you. That doesn't necessarily mean that those who are in control, no one is in control of them. The whole thing, everything that you see being played out, right from those who are being tyrannized, those who are being oppressed, those who are being tortured, like you and I, to all those who are doing the torturing. And then there are those behind that and behind that. The whole play is orchestrated, right? Have trust in that. So this is the second thing we're going to learn. Something to do with this divinity. Whether you believe in God or not makes no difference anymore. In fact, life will bring us to a point when we will realize there is nothing else we can turn to. We can't turn to anything else but existence itself. Existence, this present moment, this moment of being, because that is your grace. For that is God. For that is whatever else you want to give those labels to. So we are now in this moment of development and transition. And as a result of this, there are some impacts that we will have on our body. So some of us might find that our energy is depleted very, very quickly. All of a sudden, just feel so depleted, feel like just the whole energy has been sucked out of us. We may feel at times that we just can't stop eating. You know, we just feel this craving for food, particularly sweet things. We might become aware of aches and pains that come up very, very suddenly and can be quite intense. Our sleep pattern may change, become so we have kind of less sleep. All of these are indicative of the energetic shift that we are now moving into. So, how do you prepare yourself? What do you do? The first thing is meditation. Increase your meditation. So if you sit for 10 minutes, sit for 20 minutes. If you sit for half an hour, sit for 45 minutes. Two, begin to understand and bring to your meditation a mantra. A mantra that points towards the divinity that is the hand that is behind all and the hand itself. So this divinity is not separated from its creation. Its creation is the expression of that divinity. So it is that and more, as we are going to begin to find out. So by using a mantra, and every tradition has a mantra. Every tradition has a mantra. And this mantra can be as simple as love, or this mantra can be um, as traditional as Om Mani Padme Hum, Satnam, Vaheguru, Hallelujah, Ave Maria, Allahu. There are many, many different Ram, Hari Hari, Har Har, Soham, many different sounds. All of these sounds have a tradition of pointing towards the truth. And the truth is that divinity. And that divinity that we are all in part of and an expression of. And this may sound a bit blasphemous, and I don't mean to offend anyone. And I know people get offended by what I say, but I don't wish to offend anyone. I wish to speak a truth. And this is my truth. And my truth is based on my experience, not stuff I have read. So it is an experiential truth that is grounded in meditation and that is grounded in lineage and hanging around with people who are already mystics or part of the mystic. So in that experience, the essence of life is that all that we see, all that we experience, all that we are is nothing more than a wave on this divine ocean. And it emerges from the ocean, and it submerges in the ocean. And it's a repetitive cycle that goes over and over again. Life is part of death, death is part of life. Death is not the end. Death is not the end. This whole idea, why are people freaked out about their masks and corona? I mean, look, if this virus is so dangerous, why aren't birds falling off the trees? How many cats and dogs have you seen lying dead in the street? Ask yourself, if this virus is so contagious, or is it just contagious for human beings? Is it just contagious for those people who can afford to buy a mask? Is it just contagious to people in developed countries? Or are those people who are eking a living on rubbish dumps, do they need to protect themselves? Or living in slums, do they need to protect themselves? We need to be a little bit critical in our thinking. Need to see what is going around you, and you will see the holes in it, right? So, this whole fear to do with the virus, yes, life has a side of it which is called death. But if we understand what death is, and I suggest go to the Gurmat Therapy site, gurmattherapy.com or Flame site, and there is a seminar I've done on the nature of death and dying in context of consciousness, awareness, etc. And it may be of value. If we understand and accept that, Bella Maran Kabul, Guru Nanak's word or Guru Arjan Dev Ji's word, first accept death, that it's an inevitability. Now, if I accept that it's an inevitability, could happen today, could happen in a 20 years' time. It's immaterial. It's immaterial when it happens. What it does is it now allows me to live my life, but not to live it in fear of dying. Does that make sense? So I am not now preventing myself all the time because the fear is the dominant characteristic of my worldview that I don't want to touch people, I don't want to do this, I don't want to do this. Of course, I take normal precautions like everyone else should. However, I also understand my immunity. I also trust the fact that I have a system like everyone else has, that if you feed it right, you look after it, you provide it with energy, and you de stress. That's the killer. If you're stressed, worried, anxious, angry, then your flight fight response is on. This has changed your physiology. That physiology is going to reduce your immunity, let alone everything else it's doing, right? So even flu is going to knock you out, let alone this stuff that they're talking about. So if I understand and if I have been doing a practice, if I have been cultivating, so as we are heading towards winter, I urge you, my friend, look after your immunity. Look after your immunity. Take these words seriously. Move out of fear. Move out of anger. Move out. To know that you're there is enough to move you out. To know that you're there, right? Don't get consumed with all this stuff going on. It's all right. You're looked after and you will come through okay, but you need to look after yourself. And make no illusion about this. What we are going through is of enormous significance and consequence. Think about it. Look at all of us. Just look at what has happened over the last 3 months. Don't make this your new norm. Do not make this what it means to be normal. On the contrary, reject this whole notion of new norm. Work tirelessly. Put your effort in yourself, for now is the time. And if we lose this moment, if we individually lose this moment, we're still going to be brought back to what the truth is, what the essential balance is. The fact that you are not in control, your life is a gift. It is your ego that is in this constant state of wanting stability, identity, permanence. And it is this that is going to be falling apart. So if we do it willingly, if we do it collectively, and if we support one another, and maybe just a few of us, then the chances are we are more likely to maintain that which maintains not just our physical immunity, etc., but we contribute. And in doing so, I feel and I know within my own understanding and appreciation of the unfolding of this present moment. And you can look back at what we've been saying to you for the last 3 months, and you can look uh, how we have been able to identify how things unfold from fear to anger to protest to riots, now to the removal of freedom, to remove. Now you can't even open your mouth in a supermarket. I mean, how cool is that? How cool, right? First, it was just house arrest. Then it was to socially isolate you from everyone else. So you have no support now. There are people dying and they can't see their mothers and fathers and brothers, etc. Because they're dying, because there's so much fear placed. Bella Maran Kabul. First accept death, then stop clinging to life. Life is a gift. It looks after you. It looks after you. It always has and always will. It is the ego that gets in the way and screws things up. So, time to wake up to this false sense of security that we all wish to hold. And yes, it's hard. Yes, it is hard when you're in the ego. But as you move towards the mind, beyond the mind, and you move into the place of stillness and awareness and silence, then we begin to recognize our essence. The ego is transcended, and by doing that, or we have distance from our thoughts and our emotional content. So, in that moment, we can realize that, and we can cultivate this level of trust, but also recognize that we are no different from the source itself. And I do not mean to say that you are God, but what I mean to say is you are no different from whatever you consider God to be. Right? I consider it as existence, for that is my experience, but I see it as a sacred, divine quality which allows me to be a momentary speck of consciousness that can only exist in this present moment, can't exist in the past or the future, but in this moment. That is the most sacred space that you can ever discover. No temples, no mosques, no churches, no nothing. You yourself are the temple. You yourself are the beloved. You yourself are the devotee. So, leaving you on that, let us now move to our meditation. Um, so we will begin as usual, and we're going to incorporate a mantra in this. And again, the mantra we will use is the mantra Hīre. Now, I've had some really wonderful feedback from people who've practiced Hīre. So again, what we will try and do is, as I've been trying to do over the last 2 or 3 sessions, is to take ourselves into the space of stillness and silence. Then look at the qualities of that space. So we become aware and we acknowledge what is going on in that inner space. And then we use a mantra synchronized with our breath. And we silently repeat it to ourselves to begin with at this stage. I'm not doing it the verbal stuff at this stage. And we slowly allow the volume to reduce, and we come in. So our focus then becomes close to our chest or our heart, and we try and hold that focus there while listening to this, and then we allow ourselves to go to a more silent space and listen to that pulse, if there is one. Do the best you can, and let's see where we end up. All right. So eyes are closed, mouth is closed. Draw slow, deep breath in and out. Bring your focus to your breath. And as the breath comes in, take your focus to your body, the whole body as best as you can. Now you can sense your body all the way from your feet to the head. You can also sense your arms, sense your legs, your thighs. You can bring your focus to your back, to your face. Breathe in again. Bring your focus back to the body as best as you can, the whole of the body. Notice if there's anything dominant within your body, a tightness, an ache, a pain, an itch. Now bring your focus to the seat you're on. Notice the sensations where your body makes contact. Bring your focus upwards so you become aware of your hips, your pelvis. From here, move your focus to your thighs, towards your knees. From your knees, coming down to your ankles and your feet. Notice the bottom of your feet if you can. Coming back to the seat you're on. As you breathe in, bring your focus towards your lower back. Sensing anything that's there now. Next breath in, gently bringing this focus up towards your middle back. Next breath in, bringing this focus up towards your shoulder blades. From your shoulders, move your focus down to your elbows. From your elbows, move your focus to your wrists. Notice the palms of your hands. Notice the fingers on your hands. Move your focus towards your eyes. Notice the darkness. Allow this part of your body to soften and relax. Move your focus to your tongue. Allow it to relax and soften. Notice the sensations within your mouth. Allow your face to relax. As you breathe in, bring your focus towards your chest. How do you feel in this moment now. Settled, unsettled, calm, tranquil, peaceful, or angry, fearful, worried, concerned. How do you feel in this present moment? Is this moment enough, or is there something missing? And if there's something missing, what is it? On your next breath out, begin to listen to the sounds around you. Allow yourself to be a receiver, so you're not seeking the sounds, you're not looking for them, you're not judging them, you're simply listening. Again, just follow the sound as far as you can. When you're ready, bring your focus beneath your nose and begin to watch your breath. Notice the in-breath coming in, notice the out-breath going out. Focus with a little bit of effort just beneath your nose, with a concerted effort of watching the breath. Now notice that the in-breath has a start and an end, and the out-breath has a start and an end. Allowing the breath to breathe by itself as best as you can, see if you can notice these two parts of your breath. Start and end of your in-breath, start and end of your out-breath. Start and end of your in-breath, start and end of your out-breath. Stay with your breath. Begin to follow your out-breath and follow it all the way till the end. And notice that tiny little gap before the in-breath begins. Tiny little gap at the end of your out-breath before the in-breath begins. allowing every out-breath to move you deeper, deeper, and deeper into this moment. Notice how you're breathing now. How does the breath feel? How does it flow? Does it flow fast or slow? Does your breath feel smooth or does stay with your breath? Does your breath feel long or does it? If it's long, no need to make it short. If it's short, no need to make it long. Things are the way they are. Stay with your breath. Does your breath feel warm or does it feel cold? Stay with your breath. Now bring your focus to the sound of your breath. Try and listen to the in-breath as it comes in. Try and listen to the out-breath as it goes out. Stay with your breath. Stay with your breath. Stay with your breath. And now as the breath comes in, repeat to yourself the sound Hīre. Breath coming in, you repeat the sound Hīre. Breath going out, you repeat the sound Hīre. Within yourself. Synchronize it with your breath. Hīre, 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 Hīre. Gently repeating it to yourself, breathing in, breathing out. Listening to it as you're repeating it. And you're repeating it within yourself. So no one else can hear it, only you. Listening from the moment the sound begins, listening until the sound ends. Now begin to slow your breath a little bit. so the har in your mind lasts longer. Breathing in, you're saying har. Breathing out, you're saying har. Slowing your breath down a little. Try and slow the breath down a little bit more. As you take that long, slow breath in, you are synchronizing it with the sound har all the way from the start till the end. And as you say har, you notice that it fills your entire body. Now begin to breathe normally, synchronizing still har on the breath in, breath out. And with every breath out, begin to lower the tone within yourself. Allowing your mind, the mental recitation, to reduce in volume gradually, breath by breath. Bringing it lower and lower, so it's nothing but a pulse. And now just follow this bell until you go into the silence, from where you're going to still listen to this sound of har within yourself. Notice how the pulse pulsates all by itself. That is constantly beating within you. Hold your focus on that pulse. And you may feel that your focus has now drifted even further down, from your heart towards your belly button. Hold your focus on the pulse, listening to this silent har, 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 har that's beating within you. And now, simply listening to the bell, move into the silence at the end of the bell and just sit. not listening to anything, but listening to everything. Open. Bring your focus to the quality of your experience, qualities of your experience. Notice the silence, notice the stillness. Notice the absence of fear, anxiety, worry. Notice the presence of peace, stability, silence, tranquility, and calmness. Notice the timelessness of this moment. Unfolds into the next all by itself. Appreciate the of having this moment, this life, in this time. Gently bring your focus back to your breath. Begin to notice the breath moving in and out. Take your focus towards your body. Try and sense it. Notice you're still sitting in the same place. There are sensations in your body. Notice you can sense your thighs all the way down to your feet. Your back is still straight and upright. Shoulders, arms, hands, relaxed and comfortable. Eyes are still closed, mouth is still closed. Face is relaxed. As the breath comes in, notice, sense your body. As the breath goes out, you can sense your body. Slowly bringing focus towards your body. Breathing in, you can sense your body. Breathing out, you can sense your body. Once when you hear the next bell, draw a few deep breaths in. And in your own good time, gently, when you're ready, opening your eyes and bringing some of that peace back with you. Take your time. Welcome back. Hope you enjoyed that. Wish you well. Hope to disengage from all that induces fear, anger, worry. Engage in the gratitude of your life and the circumstances which are here to teach us and bless us to move forward. So, thank you very much. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. May you be happy, may you be healthy, may you be peaceful, may you always be safe.